Hi, welcome to Open Door Yoga. My name is Michelle, and this 60-minute class is a full body flow. You may want to have a couple props with you. One of our primary balancing postures will be half moon. And so if it's challenging for you to reach down to the ground, I know it is for me, you may want to have some type of low support surface with you. Mine is in the form of yoga blocks. I have a yoga block at the top and the back of my mat. If you don't have yoga blocks, you could use a stack of books, or maybe even position your mat in relation to some sturdy household furniture, like the seat of a kitchen chair, or maybe even a low coffee table. We will be starting in seated, and so if you'd like to bring a little bit of a lift underneath of your sitting bones, you're welcome to do so. I have a yoga blanket, but you could use any household blanket or even bath towel stack of towels if it feels nice. So let's get started. In a comfortable, easy seat, you can cross your legs at your shins. Hands come to rest comfortably anywhere on your thighs that feels good. Begin to stack your shoulders over your hips, ears over your shoulders, and begin to allow your legs to hang heavy. Your shoulders to relax down away from your ears. You can help them with some small, gentle shoulder rolls. You could keep your gaze open, or maybe close it down, or just lower it slightly to the mat so that you can begin to bring your awareness inward. I choose to focus on my breath and the physical sensations that it brings in my body. But you have the opportunity to choose your own anchor, something that's going to bring your attention inwards to allow you to arrive, become fully present for this practice. If your awareness is on your breath, no need to change anything today. Just notice your natural breath pattern, your inhales and your exhales. As you feel ready, we're going to release our arms down by our sides. On your next full breath in, sweep your arms up and overhead. And exhale, we're going to fold to the right. So right hand plants on the mat, and we begin to reach up and over with our left arm, fingertips reaching for the right side wall. On your inhales, feel your left rib cage expand. Feel that opening through your entire left side body. Inhale, rise on up. Keep that left arm extended. And exhale, twist gently to the right. Left hand can come to right knee. Right hand can come to rest behind. This twist is coming from our core. So no need to yank on our body. Just getting settled. On your next inhale, unwind. And exhale, get settled back in your comfortable, easy seat. On your next full inhale, sweep those arms up and overhead. And exhale, fold to the left. Notice that your shoulders are still down away from your ears. That right shoulder blade's flat on our back body. So if you're noticing that you're starting to round here, no worries. Try to intentionally pull open that heart space just a smidge more. Inhale, rise, and exhale, twist to the left. Shoulders are still stacked over our hips. And shoulders are still relaxed down away from our ears. So it's going to take a little bit of muscular engagement in that upper back body to keep this nice posture that we use all day long. Inhale, unwind, come back to center. We're going to make our way to hands and knees. So you can set your comfort prop off to the side for now. And then we're going to rock on over, bringing our elbows over our wrists, shoulders over our elbows, and then knees under hip points. Toes can be tucked or untucked here. Inhale, begin to tilt your tailbone up, and as your belly drops, pull your shoulders back to lift your heart space. Gaze can lift as well. Uttanasana cow pose. Exhale, tuck your tailbone round through your spine, press away from the mat. Marjarasana cat pose. Move with your breath here. Allow your inhales to send you into cat pose, or cow pose rather, and exhales to send you into cat pose. In cow pose, feel this widening between your collarbones. And as you transition to cat pose, feel that sensation shift between your shoulder blades. We'll just take one more inhale into cow pose, and one more exhale into cat pose. Come back to your tabletop spine, and from here we're going to lower our forearms onto the mat. So our hands are still shoulder distance apart. And from here, scoop in your belly, drawing your navel to your spine. And then we're going to begin to walk our toes back. You may need an adjustment here to stay on your mat. Into a forearm plank. Long neck. Heels are stacked over toe mounds. Keep that belly scooped in. And from here, we're just going to take a little bit of movement to warm up our core. So begin to rock your weight forward onto your tiptoes, and then send those heels back. Press into your palms. Move with your breath. We won't be here too long, I promise. Try to avoid holding any tension in your neck. One more rock forwards. One more rock back. Release those knees down. We're going to send our hips over our knees and then begin to extend, walk those hands forward to extend through your arms, puppy pose. Come back to your breath if you've lost it. And if the mat is feeling really far away, it does require a little bit of opening in your chest. Grab that comfort lift and bring it under your forehead. On your next inhale, begin to press into your palms and slowly walk yourself back to hands and knees. From hands and knees, begin to ground down a little bit more through the thumb and index finger side of your hands, and begin to roll your triceps to the midline. So it's almost like this jar opening sensation in your hands. Begin to send your hips back. And then lift them up like you're trying to reach your sitting bones to the space where the back wall and ceiling meet. Downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet here. Take your time arriving in this posture. As you begin to get settled, just bring your awareness to your spine. We want a nice long spine. So use that strong core that we just warmed up quite a bit to send those hips up and back. As you get settled, if you have a bend in your knees or if your heels are lifted, no worries. One more full breath exchange in and out. Inhale, gaze to the space between your hands. Send your feet there. And exhale, fold. Generous knee bend on this first forward fold. You can even create a tabletop with your thighs for your chest to allow your low back to release. Allow any tension to release from your neck. You could even shake your head side to side, no, or nod up and down, yes. Inhale, rise to half lift. Send your thighs back, reach the crown of your head forward. Shoulder blades slide down towards your hips. Weight over your arches. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise one more time to half lift. Exhale, slight bend in your knees. And on your inhale with the tall spine, press into your feet. Rise up to extended mountain. Exhale, mountain pose. Let's do that again, that felt good. Inhale, sweep those arms up and overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Hold your weight in your core. Take that pressure out of your low back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, slight bend in your knees. Inhale, press into your feet. Rise with the flat back. Extended mountain. Exhale, mountain pose. As you arrive in mountain pose, check the positioning of your feet. You have a couple choices here. You can bring your toe mounds to touch and V out your feet about an inch or two. Or if that doesn't feel super stable or even comfortable in your body this morning, keep a similar foot position, but maybe bring your feet out underneath your hip points. Hi, rooster. Feel your weight balanced over your arches. Keep allowing those shoulders to relax down away from your ears so your fingertips can sink down towards the earth. Begin to shift your weight into your right foot. Inhale, lift your left heel or your entire foot off of the mat. Waking up our balance just a little bit. Hold your weight in your core here the best you can. One more full breath in. And exhale with a slight bend in your right knee. Step your left foot back just past your hips and pivot your toes out about 45 degrees. So we're coming into warrior one feet, but keeping our arms down by our side. Stack your right knee over your right ankle. You can use your hands to see that those hip points are both pointed forwards. Hug your thighs to the midline. And then begin to bring your arms behind you, palms to touch, interlock your fingers, draw your knuckles down towards the ground. If it feels good in your body, you can roll those shoulders back, bringing a little bit more opening through your chest. Ground down through the big toe mound of your right foot, pinky edge of your left foot. One more full breath in. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, straighten through your right leg. Exhale, fold at your hips. Hands can come to fingertips on the mat, or maybe they come to your shin or even up to your thigh. We're reaching our heart space forward while sending both of our sitting bones back, almost like you're trying to sit on that back wall. Shoulder blades are still flat on your back body. Nice long neck. Maybe bring awareness to that back leg. Strong and straight, engaged back leg. We're still grounding down to the pinky edge of that left foot. One more full breath in. Exhale, shift your weight forward. And inhale, step or drag your left foot to meet your right. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Shoulder blades reach back towards your hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, slight bend in your knees. Inhale with a flat back, press into your feet, rise up to mountain pose. Maybe take a shoulder roll or two as you arrive. Begin to feel settled, stable, and then shift your weight into your left foot. Inhale, lift your right heel, or maybe your entire right foot. Test our balance a little bit. If you want to test your balance but just aren't feeling stable, get close to a wall. You can put your fingertips out and use that high support surface to help you out a little bit, to help you feel secure and stable as you practice. One more full breath in. And exhale, slight bend in that left knee. Step your right foot back just behind your hips. Toes out 45 degrees. Take a moment here to come into your warrior one stance. Hug those thighs to the midline. It'll help you keep your balance and also keep those hips shining forwards. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlock those fingers, maybe with the opposite thumb on top this time. Then send those knuckles down and away from your body. Open up through that chest space. Come back to your breath. One more full breath in here. Exhale, release your hands. On your next inhale, straighten through your left leg. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Hands come wherever they are most comfortable. It's easy to just kind of go for it in this posture and get a lot of rounding. But really imagine sending that heart space forward. If you're noticing that you're kind of bailing out of the posture a little bit, I do it all the time, by turning your hips open, just pull that left thigh bone back towards your hip socket. And you'll feel this stretch come right back to the belly of your hamstring. No tension in your neck. Gaze is down at your mat. One more full breath in. Exhale, bend into that left knee. Inhale, step or drag your right foot to meet your left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, slight bend in your knees. Inhale with a flat back, rise up to mountain pose. Your next inhale, shift weight back into that right foot and lift your left heel or your left foot off of the mat. I'm going to balance here for just a moment. Rooster, what is wrong? And exhale, bend into your knees, slowly step back into a crescent lunge. What's the matter? Right knee stacks over right ankle. Left heel is lifted over our left toe mound. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Notice that both of your hip points are shining forwards. And if they're not, maybe we need to pull that right hip crease back just slightly. One more full inhale. Exhale, plant your hands onto the ground. Pivot your back foot about 90 degrees or maybe even a little bit less. Inhale, rise to warrior two. We're grounding down through the pinky edge of that left foot. Our back leg is our rudder. Press your palms down energetically to lift your heart space. Gaze is past your right fingertips. Inhale, bring that right arm up into reverse warrior. And exhale, make your way to extended side angle. Right elbow or forearm can press lightly on your right thigh, but hold this weight, this lifting sensation through that right torso. Inhale, rise back to warrior one. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. And from here, we're going to walk towards the long edge of your mat. Turn those right toes to face the long edge as well. Exhale, forward fold. Weight is centered over the arches. Inhale, rise to a flat back. And begin to pivot your left toes towards the back edge of your mat. You can keep your right toes pointed towards the long edge or maybe turn them in slightly. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Imagine reaching your hip points away from each other. Arms are extended out to a T at shoulder height. Inhale, make your way to reverse warrior. And exhale, extended side angle. Long straight line of energy from your right fingertips to the sole of your right foot. Inhale, rise back to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, pivot on your back foot. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Imagine reaching your tailbone towards your left ankle. Find some lifting through your right hamstring. Strong lower body so that you can lift off of your waist with lightness. One more full breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down. Inhale, step or drag your right foot to meet your left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise on up slowly with bent knees. Mountain pose. Take a moment to get settled here. Come back to your breath. If you've lost that connection between breath and movement. On your next inhale, shift your weight into your left foot. Inhale, lift your right heel, or maybe your whole right foot, and find the balancing posture of your choice. Shoulders are still relaxed, down away from our ears, fingertips sinking down towards the earth. Exhale, slight bend in your left knee. Step it back to crescent lunge. Arms come up and overhead. Roll your pinkies to the midline. Draw those shoulders down away from your ears. We're grounding down through that toe mound of our left foot and the toe mound of our right foot. Strong and straight back leg. Full breath in. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground. Pivot on your back foot. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Shoulders are stacked over our hips. Make sure that you can still see that big toe of your left foot. So we're not sending our knee too far forwards here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. On your next inhale, begin to straighten through your left leg. Exhale, send your right hip back as you reach your left fingertips forward. Make your way to triangle pose. If your fingertips don't reach the earth, you can also kind of just press the back of your hand or the front of your hand onto the inside or outside of that left shin. Right fingertips are reaching up towards the sky. We're keeping this lifting sensation through that left torso. Exhale, bend into that right knee. Inhale, rise on up. One more full breath in here. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down and then begin to walk your hands to the long edge of your mat. Turn those left toes with you. Exhale, forward fold. So in this wide-legged forward fold, just make sure that you can keep grounding down through the pinky edges of your feet. So if you feel like that's challenging for you, maybe toe heel your feet a little bit closer. Inhale, rise to a flat back. Exhale, send those right toes forward. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, rise back up, warrior two. Full breath exchange here. And then on your next breath in, straighten through your right leg, send your left hip back. Begin to send those right fingertips forward. Make your way to triangle pose. Feel extension through both side bodies. Feel a little bit of opening through your heart space. Back leg is still engaged. On your next exhale, reach or bend into your right knee. Inhale, rise on up, warrior two. Full breath in here. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Pivot on your back foot. And inhale, rise to Crescent Lunge. Press your hands together energetically, almost like you're trying to hold something above your head, like a big beach ball. Something preferably very light, right? One more full breath in. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat, shift your weight forward. And inhale, step or drag your left foot to meet your right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to that half lift spine. Shoulders are still reaching back towards your hips. Exhale, slight bend in your knees. Inhale, press into your feet. Rise on up to mountain pose. Take this opportunity to notice what's going on in your body. Notice any physical changes, any energetic changes, any changes happening in your mind. If you've lost that connection with your breath, no worries. But maybe bring your awareness back to that. Begin to shift your weight back into your right foot. Inhale, lift that left heel, or maybe that entire left foot. Find this nice, strong, balancing posture. Shoulder blades flat on your back body. Fingertips are still reaching down towards the ground, while the crown of your head is reaching up towards the sky. Full breath in. Exhale, slight bend in that right knee as you slowly step that left foot back to Crescent Lunge. Take a moment here, hug those thighs to the midline, build stability in your low body and strength. So then with lightness, we can bring those arms up and overhead. Shoulders down away from our ears. Strong, engaged core. One more full breath in. Exhale, release your fingertips down to the ground. Pivot on that back foot. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Gaze is just past those front fingertips. Shoulders still stacked over our hips. Tailbones pointed straight down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Full breath out here. Release your breath completely. And then on your next full breath in, straighten through that left leg. Right leg, left hip goes back. Right fingertips reach forward. Triangle pose. Release any tension in your neck. Exhale, bend into that right knee. And inhale, rise, warrior two. From here, we're going to bring our right hand down towards the earth. Left hand can come onto our left hip. Begin to send your weight forward. Maybe reach for your support surface. And on your next breath in, straighten through your right leg. Left leg lifts parallel to the earth. We're coming into half moon. So we're reaching our crown forward while pressing back through the sole of our left foot. Finding that opposition in our body is going to help us keep our balance. Left toes are pointed towards kind of where the long edge of our mat is. Right toes are pointed forwards. One more full breath in. Exhale, slowly bend into that right knee and carefully make your way back to warrior two. One more full breath exchange here. And on your next exhale, cartwheel your hands down, walk towards the long edge of your mat. Bring your right toes to meet you. Exhale, forward fold. As you're ready, begin to walk your hands towards the back edge of your mat, turning your left toes forward. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Both of our hips are in external rotation here, so we're reaching those hip points away from each other, pressing the outside of our left thigh towards that back wall. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, rise back up, warrior two. On your next inhale, straighten through your left leg. Send those right hips back, left fingertips forward. Make your way to triangle. We have 3 points of contact with the ground. Or maybe, if we're not feeling as flexible in our left or in our low back, maybe it's only 2, and that's okay. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Inhale, rise to warrior two. Full breath exchange here. As you're ready, bring your left fingertips down to the ground. Right hand can come onto that right hip. Shift your weight forward. Maybe find your support surface. And on your next breath in, straighten through your left leg. Bring your right leg up to parallel. In balancing postures, maybe consider finding a drishti or a gazing point to help you keep your balance. One more full breath in. Exhale, carefully bend into that left knee. Slowly step your right foot back. Inhale, warrior two. One more full breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands, pivot on your back foot, and inhale, rise one last time to Crescent Lunge. Really hug those thighs to the center. Find that lifting through your right hamstring. Left knee stacked over left ankle. Hips are squared. One more full breath in. Exhale, release your hands down. Inhale, step or drag your right foot to meet your left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to half lift. Exhale, slight bend in your knees. Inhale, press into your feet with a flat back, rise to mountain pose. From here, make your way to seated. From our comfortable, easy seat, extend your right leg out about 45 degrees. Left foot can come to our center line. Ground down evenly through both sitting bones. If you're feeling any discomfort in your left knee, you could grab a block, a blanket, or a stack of blocks and bring it under your left knee. You can also bring your lift back under your sitting bones to give yourself a little bit of height. One more full breath in. And exhale, begin to fold to the right, reaching your right fingertips towards the right outer edge of your foot. Left arm sweeps up and overhead. If your left finger or your right fingertips do not make it to your foot, no worries. They can come to rest on the outside of your shin or even the outside of your thigh. Send your breath to your low belly to help support that low back. Left shoulder blade is back on the back body. On your next breath in, rise on up. Bring your left hand behind you, and then inhale, just slowly begin to bring those right fingertips up towards the sky. Maybe we point through that right toe. If it feels good, you could even bring the palm of your hand on the back of your head and come into a gentle twist where we're sending our sternum up towards the sky. One more full breath exchange here. And we'll come back to our comfortable seat. And from here, we'll take it to the other side. So if you want to keep that prop for under your right knee, you're more than welcome to do so. As we extend our left leg out to the side, about 45 degrees. Right foot comes to our center line. Take a moment to get settled, maybe shift from side to side, to really feel grounded through both of your sitting bones. As you're ready, on your next inhale, nice tall spine. And exhale, find that fold to the left. Another option here is to rest your forearm down onto the mat, or even bring your hand to your low support surface, like your block or your stack of books. Send that breath to your low belly, especially if you're feeling this really intensely in your low back. One more full breath exchange here. Inhale, rise up. Plant that hand behind you and come into this kind of slight counter stretch. You can point through those left toes if it feels good. If it feels good, you can take that slight twist option. One more full breath exchange wherever you are. Slowly make your way back to your comfortable seat. We're going to turn to face the front short edge of our mat. Plant the soles of your feet down. Knees are shining up towards the sky. Maybe bring your hands behind your hamstrings. One more opportunity to roll those shoulders back to open up through your heart space. And then slowly make your way down to the ground. So you can keep your hands behind your hamstrings, or maybe slowly come down onto your forearms and then onto your back body. As you arrive, if you'd like to have a little bit of a cushion for your head, you're welcome to do so. Just make sure that if your head is lifted off the ground, your shoulders can still plant down into the floor. From here, hug your knees to your chest. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Keep giving that low back a little love. This almost feels like a massage when you use the ground. Release both of your feet down to the earth. Cross your right ankle over the bottom of your left thigh. We're going to come into a reclined figure 4 stretch. So begin to send your right knee away from your body, keeping flexion in your right ankle. So reach the top of your right foot towards your shin to keep your knee safe. You can stay right here, or if you're looking for a little bit more of an intense sensation, maybe we reach behind our left hamstring and draw our left thigh towards our chest. Either way, shoulder blades are still flat on the ground. If it's challenging for you to reach your hamstring, no worries. Maybe grab a yoga strap, a belt, a scarf, a light hand towel to give your arms a little bit of extra length. Be here for a couple more breaths. As you are ready, release that left foot down if you've lifted it. And we're going to come into a reclined twist with our knees dropping to the left. So you can cross your right foot over your left, or you could bring your right knee just next to your left knee. Either way, we're going to shift our hips a couple inches to the right and then slowly allow our knees to drop to the left. Arms can be at cactus here if that feels nice. Really root that right shoulder blade down into the earth. You could send your gaze past your right shoulder to help it stay there. Or maybe bring a supportive prop underneath of your knees. Or if you're stacking your knees, between your top and bottom knee. If this stretch is feeling a little bit too intense in your body today. We'll stay here for a few more breath exchanges. As we begin to slow our body down, if you've lost that connection with your breath, maybe take this as another opportunity to check back in. Your next inhale, rise those knees back up or lift them up. And exhale, square your hips. We're going to take that to the other side. So slowly make your way into that figure 4 posture where your left ankle is now positioned at the bottom of your right thigh. Find that flexion in your ankle, so draw your toes towards your shin. Press your knee away from your body, and you can use your hand to gently help you. But if you do use your hand, make sure we're being mindful of our body. If it feels good, you can take this lift option. We reach around and grab our hamstring. Shoulder blades still back on the ground. If you feel like the posture begins to settle into your body and you lose intensity that you want to keep, just check in. Maybe draw that knee or your thigh a little bit closer towards your body, or energetically press your left knee a little bit farther away. One more full breath in. Exhale, plant your right foot down. We're going to make our way into that spinal twist on the opposite side. So bring your feet and your legs into whatever position feels best. Shift your hips a couple inches to the left, and then slowly drop your right knees, or both of your knees, down to the right. Arms are at cactus, and our left shoulder is grounded down into the floor. Remember, you can send your gaze past that left shoulder if it helps. I'll stay here for a few more full breath exchanges. Inhale, send those knees back up slowly. Exhale, unwind, square those hips. And maybe we bring those knees back to our chest. If it feels good, you can take any last minute postures that feel good in your body. Maybe a full body stretch with your arms and legs extended. Maybe you choose to take a happy baby posture here. And happy baby, the soles of our feet are shining up towards the sky. Wherever you are, release that posture, and we're going to make our way into Shavasana. So extend your legs long if they're not there already. Begin to widen them. You can even widen them to the distance of the long edges of your mat. Let your toes fall open to the outside. If you haven't grabbed this little comfort prop as a pillow, you're more than welcome to grab it now. Arms come down by your sides, palms up towards the sky. Release through the inner linings of your legs. Feel your back begin to melt down into the earth. Send your breath up over your shoulders and down your arms as you feel your shoulders and the backs of your arms and the backs of your hands melt down into the earth. If you haven't done so already, you can close down your gaze. Maybe relax. Find a release or relaxing sensation in the space between your eyes, the bridge of your nose. Relax your forehead. Relax the muscles of your face, your jaw, your neck. And I invite you to stay here as long as you need today. Don't skip Shavasanas. It's the opportunity to assimilate all the positive energy that you've just cultivated, created in your body. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. Namaste.